Hello everyone, and welcome to this tutorial on advanced building information modeling technique in Rhino. Today we're going to be looking at how to generate non-destructive sections with the softwares, so to create 2D drawings from a 3D model. Okay, so basically here we have a model that I previously built. It is important to include a certain amount of details in these models, so that that when you then export the create the section to export it, it is easier to then redraw this information. The process is not as straightforward as in other softwares like Revit or ArchiCAD, for instance, but for the Rhino users, this is a way to go around the problem of having to draw sections and destroy the model to create them. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna save this model. So file, save, and then we're gonna open a blank new drawing. What we're gonna do, we're gonna do edit, blocks, insert block instance. Gonna look for the file 3D model 1, open. We're gonna uncheck prompt because we don't wanna choose an insertion point, and we're gonna keep this as a block instance. We're gonna click OK. Rhino is gonna read the program, the file. We're gonna do a zoom extend, and there it is. Now the good thing about this workflow is that this model is now seen as a block instance. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go in top view, and as you probably already know, there are some tools that you can use to cut sections, like the section command, or for instance the arc tool. That's what I'm gonna be using today. And the problem with the section command is that it's a destructive procedure. So basically when you create a section, you basically split the model to then draw it. Arc cut instead works only horizontally and vertically, so when you have situation like this one, for instance, that the model is not straight, it's a little bit difficult to use. So what we're gonna do now, since this model is basically an instance, so it doesn't matter what it happened to this model because it's always gonna be referenced, we're just gonna be turning it. And we're gonna click on this button here, create section. I'm gonna snap this section to this wall junction, and the section is gonna be created. Now, as you can see, there is a new layer with written section. We're just gonna go to the perspective, and we're gonna go and click this button, view section, select this section, okay, click in the viewport, and that's our section. Now, since I cut this section at the back of the model, I'm gonna convert the front view to back view. I'm gonna maximize this view and maximize the perspective, and I'm gonna go on technical view. This technical, it's actually something that it's a plugin that you can download from McNeil for free. And then I'm gonna say I want to see the section here as well. Click in here, and just to be sure, we're also gonna click on set view to section, select the section, okay, and that will make sure that all the lines are parallel to the camera at the moment. So if we look at the section now, and for instance we do control print, we're gonna be prompt with a drawing, scale to fit, black and white. And this drawing we can either modify it here in Rhino, or we can bring it to Photoshop or Illustrator, what we think it's best, and we can modify it. Now I'm gonna close this, and I'm gonna show you the advantage of working with this this method of referencing the file externally. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to the edit block manager. I'm gonna select this block that I just inserted, properties. It's gonna ask me for which model I want. I'm gonna interchange this with the model number 2. As you can see here, we have an escalator that goes from left to the right. I'm gonna say OK, update, and now I'm gonna wait for Rhino to update. OK, close. Notice how the section that has been drawn still shows the old escalator. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna click on this button here, update all sections, and all sections will be updated. As you can understand, you can modify your initial model in a non-destructive way, and then you can use an external file to produce the sections. Eventually you can turn this model around, update the sections, and produce all the sections that you want, or even better, you can create different files where you're gonna create these sections in for each file a different section. Then what you can do, you can then import the sections into a file such as Illustrator or Photoshop. I used Illustrator in this case, and you can create drawings such as this one. And there it is. So as you can see, I put all the shadows and the technical informations in Illustrator, so that the drawing looks much richer and it's not only a 2D drawing. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any suggestion, any comment, just post it below. I'll try to reply to you as soon as possible, and in the next videos I'm gonna try to cover some issues such as designing floor plans, or use Rhino to create diagrams that then can be translated into architecture, and I'm gonna try to do that keeping the same workflow that you might use in programs like Revit or ArchiCAD. Thank you very much.